going on, people? Another week. Another adventure. TGI Friday, babies. March Madness, you heard? Douglas Bender, always the first one in the building, baby. We got my man Suge Knight. Yo, Doug, we got the new apparel in, baby. I know you see it. It's the classic joint. We got the classic joint back. Salute to Suge Knight, always tapping in. You heard? That's my guy right there. Security, baby. Yes, sir. Tell me if y'all can hear me, man. Or if I'm yelling. Because I got a lot of energy, bro. Yeah. Big show, March Madness off and running. My bitch ass lost money the last 2 days. I've been killing them after the Super Bowl. Last 2 days, no bueno. Yeah. Let me know if y'all can hear me, man. Let me see it on the screen. Yo, Doug, this the new classic shit, baby. We got Janzy in the building, baby. Check out Janzy on YouTube, baby. He got that Spanish reggae shit, all that shit, you heard? Yeah, man. I'm hyped, man. Salute to my man Brian Ford, baby. Brian Breezy in the building, you heard? My man B Breezy in the building, you heard? That's my architect on the low. Yeah, we gonna talk about a lot of shit, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, we got Wesley in the building, baby. I see you tuned in, Wes. I'm surprised you tuned in on March Madness. You tuned in on the most busiest day. Listen, man, whatever it is, I appreciate it, man. Yes, sir. We got enough people in the building. I can't start the show without saying to my little bro, you already know, baby, in the Midwest, baby, my man Pretty Bro, man. Pretty Mo Bro, you heard? Salute to Pretty Bro Mo. Let's start this real quick, man. March Madness has begun. It's crazy right now. I almost couldn't get a host. My man MG Raider had a double hitter in the football shit. Noah Parker got some daylight golf shit going on. My man KGM, double overtime. He's doing doubles all now. And X-Man, man, that's why I give mad love to my man X-Man. X-Man always delivers, man. Shout out to my man Neil. I got to get Neil Stewart tapping in. We got Daryl Smith in the building, a.k.a. D-Block. Everybody tapping in on March Madness. I really, really appreciate that, guys. And before we start the show, let me do my message of the day, man. What's up to all of y'all? I love all of y'all for taking time out to hear your boy talk, man, because you know I'm going to talk to him. Message of the day, then we going to start the show, man. Let me make sure Brian Ford in the building, my guy. My guy. All right. Whenever you doing something like business, you talking to your man, you talking to a stranger, whatever it is, and you get that funny feeling, it's just a funny feeling that comes over you. Pay attention to your instincts, man. Those are your instincts talking to you, man. I'm telling you, do not ignore your instincts because you will get into some shit if you ignore it, man. I'm going to repeat it again. You talking to people like people you really don't know or some kind of business, somebody wants you to invest, whatever it is, and you ain't solid with these individuals, follow your instincts, man. My instincts got me away from a lot of bullshit. And when I ignored them, I fell in some bullshit. Let's start this motherfucking show, man. Al York Sports, you heard? I'm not even going to yell that raw truth shit, man. I'm going to just talk to y'all, man. Follow your instincts, man. There's a reason why we have instincts. There's a reason why that we possess that. It's like the Spidey senses. Spidey senses, he feels shit. Those are the abilities that God gave you. Utilize them. Like every time I talk to a dude and he double dutching, I ain't fucking with him. If you can't explain to me any kind of business, 3rd grade level, if you gotta get trickery with it, oh, I ain't never fucking with you. Because you ain't gonna mix up my thoughts, my man. If you're going to talk to me, it's got to be third grade level so we on the same page. And we shining off to that shit, you heard? Follow your instincts, man. Let's start the show, man. Shout out to everybody, man. You know how I do it, man. I give everybody love, man. Everybody that deserve love, get love on my show, man. Go to YouTube, like, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Y'all know what it is. Shout out to the East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, Las Vegas, New York City, LES to the death. Nueva York, Nueva York. I got to give a special shout out, man, to my man Chico Linston, man. One thing I can say, when it comes to, like, you know, my giveaways, he always gets on people that don't play. He be like, yo, Al, man, why dudes are so cheap? Why they can't invest $5 when you giving them a bomb show? And I said, Chico, you worrying about stuff you're not supposed to, my man. Worry about stuff you're supposed to. But one thing I can say, he talk that shit and then he back it up. Because what he do is he go buy 5 spots for other people. Now, I got my people on my show from the Brian Breezes, the Brian Fords, the Keith Vegas of the world, the Dougs of the world, which is the Philly kid, Steve Levine, Tapias, that play every week for years. But what I like about Chico, and I'm not saying I don't like that, I love my people, but Chico take it to the other level. He go buy other people's spots because he want to see this shit work. So salute to Chico Linston. I had to get that out there, man. You know, shout out to the shooter, Price Tag Entertainment, Few Text, Mac 1 Beats. Make sure to go to the YouTube channel to get all my sports book reviews. I told y'all that. Snack Sessions. I got 2 more sports book reviews that's coming out real soon. And also, shout out to Arrowhead Media. They do content, shooting, editing, and all kind of content. Flexible hours. You can reach them at Arrowhead Media 702. These guys will help you get your video looking as hot as you need to have it, man. All right, let's start real quick. Let me see what I'm going to start with. Okay, MLB started. I know everything's March Madness. I get it. My man in the book yesterday said, yo, Al, whoever come in the book, he run the book too. He like lower key runner. You know what I mean? You got a high dude and then you got the low key dude. He said, Al, whoever come in here that want baseball or basketball, I'm kicking them out. And I told him, I totally agree with you. It's March Madness right now. Everything's March Madness. But saying that, MLB started. We had 2 games in Tokyo. LA Dodgers already 2-0. Beat the Cubs, my man Pretty Mo's team. 2 games in a row. Beat them 4-1 and 6-3. But everybody's going to start March 27th, March 28th. Have your eyes out for the MLB because the MLB is touching ground. Major League Baseball. Other news. New Orleans Saints and wide receiver Brandon Cook are reuniting after 8 years. Former first-round pick of the Saints in 2014 has reached a 2-year deal worth 13 M's, low risk, high reward. Derek Carr's going to need some weapons, and Cook is like a tier 2, tier 3 receiver. Got hands. You basically paid nothing for him, $6.5 million annually, which is nothing in football. So low risk, high reward. I like this pickup. Other news. Houston Texans continue to get better, man. Daniel Hunter and the Texans have agreed to a 1-year extension worth 35.6 amps contract extension. Hunter already, I think he signed for 2 years. Sign another year. You got to keep Hunter. He's a beast on the defensive side for the Houston Texans. Other news, Texans signed free agent Trent Brown, offensive tackle that they're going to need because C.J. Stroud had a lot of problems against the Chargers in that playoff game. So now you get another offensive lineman that can ball. The only thing with Brown, he's coming off season-ending injury, but low risk, high reward. They gave him 1 year, $3 million. And the only reason why it's so low, because he needs to prove to the team that he can stay on the field. So they're not just going to give him money, not knowing the situation. Not knowing if he's 100%, 100%. Because you could be 100% when the physical, but when you on the field and you can't stay on the field, so that's why they gave him the 1 year, 3 year. Another great pickup, low risk, high reward. Salute to them. And now where my man X-Man at? We're going to start this early, touch it to this March Madness. Neil, I see you tapping in, Neil, but we got to make an appointment for you to tap in, brother. There's a certain way I do it on my show. I appreciate you have the ability, you know, to have the courage to want to rock. But let's make the appointment, my brother, okay? X-Man, you ready? Let me see if I get X-Man in the building. Yeah, we definitely going to have Neil Stewart talk that New York Jets shit. We definitely going to fuck with him. But I have to make that appointment, man. Yeah, Mo, I ain't watched that shit either, Mo. I ain't watched that shit either. Don't feel bad.
You guys can hear me. I want to make sure everything good, man. Yeah, Brian Tar was lost, man. They fucked up my three-teamer. Hey, yo, X, you can hear me?
I can hear you, brother.
Oh, that's beautiful, baby. How you doing real quick before we start this, man?
I'm good. Just enjoying the best time of the year, March Madness.
I would agree to a certain extent, though I like football playoffs and all that. Well,
Yeah, bro.
Definitely up there, X.
Well, best time of the spring, let's put it that way.
Okay, if you want to put it in that perspective, I can fuck with you with that. Let's jump right into March Madness yesterday. We got a lot to cover.
Let's go.
I'm going to go over 4 games that I think are necessary to go over because they were the closest games and a couple upsets. And the main upset to me that happened yesterday was 5 Clemson versus 12 McNeese State. McNeese won 69-67, led at the half 31-13X, and Clemson made a late surge, but too little, too late. Basically, you know what? Let me tell you what scorers did, and then I'm going to have you jump in. McNeese State, Copeland had 16 points, 11 rebounds. Murray, 21 points, 4 rebounds. We're going to pivot to Clemson. Zachary, 24 points, 5 rebounds, and Hunter, 21 points, 4 rebounds. Your take for this game, then we're going to go to the next game.
Yeah, that was brutal to watch that first half. 13 points by Clemson. I mean,
and it was
terrible offensively.
-9 Clemson. So
yeah, it was
-9.
Yeah. I had McNeese pulling the upset anyway in my bracket.
Right.
But I didn't. Yeah, I didn't see much of an upset, but I understand why people saw it as an upset. Clemson had a very good season, but yeah, 13 points first half. They were down, I believe, 20 points at one time in that game in the second half before they made that comeback. Chase Hunter scored all his 21 points in the second half. I think with 10 minutes left in the game, he started heating up. They made it into a game. It was a good game at the end. I thought it was going to be just a 20-point blowout because Clemson didn't look good at all offensively, turning the ball over, not hitting their shots.
Sluggish, man. You got to get out
mad sluggish.
There's no way you play like that in your opening game. NCAA March Madness. There's no excuse for that.
None whatsoever. McNeese State came out fired up. They weren't trying to go home, and in the end, it was a good game. But a lot of people see it as an upset. I didn't. I had McNeese State, like I said. I knew they were a good team, fast team, and I think the speed of McNeese State really, really hurt Clemson because they couldn't keep up with them boys driving into the basket.
And going to the hole. I seen a lot of dunks in that game. Okay, we're going to pivot over. This is the game that killed me yesterday. I got beat up on this game, first half, second half, only because, the way I do it, X, I bet against the money. I don't care about the team no more. I don't care who got the better stars. I've been making a living doing that. And that was Kansas -2.5 versus Arkansas. Kansas 7th seed, Arkansas 10th seed. Arkansas won 79-72, led most of the way, led at the half 47-44. The shit that killed me in this game, X, I had a 5-point lead with like 2.5 minutes left. Turned the ball over, gave up a 3. And if you're a gambler and you watch your phone and you can see the live line, it was -350 Kansas to win the game. So I thought I was going to win. But you never know, bro. That's why you don't count it. You never count it until the game is over. The game ain't over till it's over. Yogi Berra's the one to say that, and that saying is the fucking truth. So let me give you some numbers on this game. Our dude was huge for Arkansas. 22 balls, 5 rebounds. Seemed like he made every shot and block. Davis 18 and 3. Wagner 14, 6 assists. Pivot to Kansas. Mayo was on and off. He's like their best 3-point shooter, 18 and 6. And then you got Adams Jr., 13 and 4, and Dickinson, who missed a lot of open, easy shots. Still had 11 points, 9 rebounds, but those shots killed me. All them little layups, hooks, and even them open threes. I know he's not a 3-point shooter, but he's been making them all like in the year at a decent percentage. Couldn't make one yesterday. Talk to us about that game. That was in a real exciting game from the beginning to the end. X.
Yeah, that was the best game of the night, of the whole Thursday night. two teams that struggled all year, especially Arkansas. They started the year 0-5. Calipari did a great job getting them back into it.
I had 4-5. Was it 0-5?
0-5. They started the season 0-5.
They
started the
season
season 0-5.
I've seen 4-5. Okay.
No, they started 0-5. But Calipari did a great job bringing this team back, to make the NCAA. Kansas, they were preseason, I believe, ranked number 1. They didn't end the year in the top 25. They had a horrible year all year, up and down all season long.
They got a good team, though.
They got a good – no, I'm not saying they're not a good team. They have a good team. They have great talent, but they were just up and down all year. They couldn't win on the road, and that's what killed them.
Right.
This was a great game. Dickinson did all his damage in the first half. They shut him down in the second half. Adams, I believe, went down with injury for 5 minutes left or something.
Yeah, he came back.
The game.
He came back, but
they come back though. But he got injured during that time, and Mayo was shooting lights out, I think, in the second half. But Arkansas, they got their big playmaker back. Boogie Flan finally came back to play. He did a great job controlling the offense for Arkansas.
Razorback got some savages. We're going to talk about who they play next in a little while, but
yeah.
John Calipari got some savages over there.
Yeah, he does. Calipari's always been a good recruiter. His thing is the bigger the game, the worse he does, the worse coaching job he does. That's the thing with Calipari. We all know that.
He coached yesterday because he fucked
up my money yesterday. He coached a hell of a game yesterday.
He fucked my money
Great
up.
Game.
I wish you would have had one of those things you talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he fucked my money up yesterday. I lost a lot of money in that game.
But no, he did a great job. It was a great game. I had Kansas advancing. Obviously, Arkansas won. So, it busted up my bracket a bit.
Right.
But, it is what it is. You had to expect this two teams that struggled all year, or somebody had to win. So, it looks like the better team won yesterday.
Right. Okay, let's shift over. Number 6, Missouri, 11, Drake. Everybody I knew had Drake with the points. They not only did they cover, they won the game outright. Drake won 67-57, led after half, 30-27. Missouri got within 2, but that was it. Let me give you some numbers on this game. Sturts, 21 points, 4 assists. This guy's a beast, man. Banks, 15, 9 rebounds. Pivot over to Mizzou. Grill, 14, 4 rebounds. Base, 10 points. Drake played that ugly Yale style from back in the days. And once Missouri got caught up in that, it was game over, X.
Yeah.
It was game over. Talk to us a little bit about this game, then we're going to go to our last game.
Yeah, this was a bit of a shocker, but this is typical Missouri. When they have a good year, make the dance, they somehow fumble the ball when people got expectations for them. You're right. Drake played the kind of game they wanted to play. They slowed down the pace. They made Missouri play their style of game that they wanted them to play. Slow it down on offense, bleed the clock. On defense, physical, man-to-man. That's what they did, and Missouri couldn't recover from it. Missouri wanted to run, but Drake had great transition defense. They wouldn't let them get those fast break, easy baskets that they're used to. So, this was a great game plan by Drake.
When the butt cheeks get tight, Drake showed out. That's all I got to say. The veterans showed out. Let's go pivot. You got Michigan. You got 5 Michigan, 12 UC San Diego. I know a lot of people that has San Diego on this upset. That line closed at 2. I was wondering why the hell that line is 2. I mean, I don't follow UC San Diego, but I already know they're not playing nobody the way Michigan's playing, dudes. And Michigan got those 2 bigs. But you know what? If you watch this game, Michigan led early, 41-27. UC San Diego came all the way back, even took the lead there for 1 minute real quick.
Yep.
But Michigan not only bailed it out, they covered the actual spread 2.5 and the 2, winning by 3, 68-65 in another real good game, X. Not as exciting as the Arkansas game, but a very good game. Michigan led by Golden, 14.7 rebounds. Donaldson, 12.7 rebounds. Wolf, 9.11 rebounds. Wolf didn't really do it offensively, but this is why he's a great player. He did it everywhere else. Rebounding, defense, etc. Now we're going to pivot. McGee, top of the line player. 25 points, 9 rebounds for San Diego. Kaepernick, 15 points, 8 rebounds. Gray, 10 points, 3 assists. X, talk to us.
Yeah, this was listen, these 12-5 games are probably where you're going to see the most upsets at. It's been like that year in and year out. 12-5 games and the 13-4 games. Yeah, I was surprised because I never really heard of San Diego. UC San Diego either. I thought,
College
Michigan should
got
have
so
a
many
cakewalk
teams.
here.
And listen, man, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna sit here and lie, X. I only watch college basketball after football. I cannot.
Yeah.
I get money in football. There's no way I'm gonna
I agree.
to regular
I
season
agree.
college basketball. But once
Yeah.
football's over, it's when college basketball starts getting in the 5 games
Interesting.
left. And that's when I'll be YouTube out, everything I'm watching repeats. I kind of catch up if there's a such thing of doing. I know you really can't, but trust me, I inherit so much information in these last month or two.
It's so hard.
Yeah, but those teams like that, I can't catch up to. It's only like the top maybe 30, 40 teams.
Well, and it's because I'm with you. I thought Michigan was going to blow them out, but the spread was.
They were blowing them out.
They were up 17. All of a sudden, San Diego starts hitting shots, playing defense, and Michigan kind of got tightened up there for a minute. But they pulled it out.
An open 3 to take it all the time. That shit looked money. I was like, whoa, but it was a little long.
Listen, man. This is what NIL is good for, because you get a lot of these players now transferring to the small schools, and they're giving them some competition now.
Guys.
So, I was shocked. I thought Michigan would win big, but it was a really good game, interesting game at the end. Michigan pulled it out, even though they shitted on themselves a bit. But
that was scary. I love Michigan. When something looked too easy, X, I stay away from it.
Yeah, I agree.
There's nothing too easy. That looked too easy. But if you bet it and you watch the game, you shit on your pants there late, especially when San Diego took the lead. So
tell me about it.
Now we're going to pivot to tomorrow's games. There's multiple games, X. There's probably games you might like to watch. But these are the 4 games that I think are going to be
only one game I want to watch.
The most interesting to me, these 4 games. And the first game is number 1 Houston Cougars versus number 8 seed Gonzaga Zags, right? Houston's 31-4 versus 26-8 the Zags. The line is minus 5.5 for the Cougars, 140.5. Talk to us.
This is going to be a different style of basketball here. You got the Cougars, who are one of the top defensive teams in the nation. They thrive on turnovers, scoring points in transition, and they thrive on physical defense. Gonzaga's a team not as physical, not
like a great 3-point team. But better than they ever shot the ball.
Yeah, they're a middle of the pack 3-point shooting team.
There you go. So but that's huge for them, because this is a team that never can hit the threes. You feel me?
Yeah, exactly. And Gonzaga's a team not as big and not as physical as Houston, so they're going to want to get out and get Houston into a running style game where they can run and gun, shoot, try to play defense. But this is going to be a good game. I like Houston in this. I think it's going to be much closer than what the spread says. I think this is going to come down to be a nail biter.
5.5 is low. If it winds up
5.5 is low, but I think it's not. I think it's going to be about a 1 possession game. I would say maybe 3. I like Houston by 3. I think Gonzaga is going to keep it interesting throughout, because if they hit their shots, it's going to get Houston really, really rattled that they can't pull away from them. So I like Houston. I think 3. Gonzaga is going to keep it tight. It's going to be a low-scoring game, though. I think their defense eventually is going to slow them down a bit.
Well, the Zags played tough the other night. I mean,
they did.
I think it was battle. One of those guys. I mean, they was playing tough. But now we're going to see how tough they are against this Cougar team.
Yeah,
I hope he wasn't tough against a team that's not tough. If you could show me toughness to this game, and I like what Bender said, the Philly kids said that they mentally ready, which is true.
Yeah.
That's why I had the Gales today. Though the Gales didn't cover, they were down 15, but they came back. And when they
came back,
I knew they would win, because I knew mentally they were stronger. And the Zags, I think, mentally got the Cougars, but I think the Cougars got the athletes. So I'm going to take the Zags to cover the 5.5.
Okay.
I'm not going to say they're going to win, but I'm going to say they're going to cover the 5.5. Let's pivot. Number 3, Wisconsin Badgers versus number 6, BYU. Whiskey 27-9, BYU 25-9. The line is -1 for Wisconsin, 154.5. Talk to us, X.
Yeah, this is going to be run and gun all day, every day with BYU. They're going to want to run and gun. This team can hit the three, get it from the inside. They don't play much defense. Wisconsin, similar, better defensively, but this is going to be the highest scoring game of the day, I think. Both teams are going to shoot a lot of threes. They're going to score a lot. Wisconsin got them big boys in the middle. They're going to have to pound that ball inside, get BYU's bigs in trouble, make them guard them.
Matchup.
Yeah, I like it too. I like it too.
Matchup on paper. Now, it might be a blowout, but that's how it usually happens. But on paper, this is like an even matchup to me, bro.
It is an even. Both teams similar offensively. They shoot a lot of threes. They use their big men good. They got both teams have big athletic big men that can play from the outside also. So yeah, this is going to be a good game. What's the spread on this?
1.
Yeah, it's going to stay close, I think. I like Wisconsin here, but I won't be surprised if BYU wins it.
Yeah, I'm going to take BYU. Anytime I think it's an even matchup, I love BYU's in them games. Now, when BYU played the Cougars, it was mismatches, big time. Cougars were faster and tougher than them. Ran them out the gym, X.
Well, remember, it was like a month and a half ago that Kansas went into BYU highly ranked, and they got blown out of BYU. BYU blew them out by like 20, 25 points.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That was like an even kill game. I like the even kill game. Houston was favored 6. I was wondering why it was so high. I remember I took BYU with the points, and they were getting blown out in the beginning. It was over, X. They were down like 18 or some shit right out.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. So is BYU
both of them
BYU physical?
Both of them are smart. I would say Wisconsin play the toughest schedule, yes, but I'm gonna take BYU here as a slight underdog, dog.
All right, that's good. Like I said, I won't be surprised if BYU wins, but it's gonna be a good, tight, high-scoring game.
You like the over? Okay, let's pivot.
Yeah.
Number 4, Texas A&M. Number 5, Michigan Wolverines. A&M is 22-10. Michigan's 25-9. The line is Texas A&M -1.5 and 1, depending when you get it. 139.5. X, talk to us. What's your comments?
I like this game. You got a physical, offensively minded Texas A&M team that's very good defensively, tough physical team. Some good big men down there.
A&M is low-key good. They low-key good,
they're low-key good. They are. They were one of the better teams in the SEC this year, okay? You have Florida and Auburn. That's the top-tier teams. Then you have Texas A&M. Those guys. Very good team, Texas A&M. Michigan's going to have to get out early. They cannot get into a hole with Texas A&M because they're going to get ran out the building. They're going to have to crank up on the defense. They're going to have to match them body for body physically with Texas A&M, because if not, Texas A&M is going to beat them up all day in that paint. Texas A&M rebounds the ball well offensively.
Michigan got the bigs, but they cannot get in foul trouble.
No, they cannot get in foul, but they're not as physical as Texas A&M's big men.
They got
the Texas A&M. Yeah, the Texas A&M team is very physical, especially in the middle. So they're going to have to match.
And more athletic.
Yeah, exactly.
Michigan got 2 big, Caucasian guys, let me say it correctly. They're not jumping all around the gym like these guys. But they're good. They're very good.
Listen, if Texas A&M is
that big guy is very good, dog. And they just got to establish. They got to establish an inside game, make their threes, slow it up. But if they don't make their threes, A&M it could get crazy.
Well, what's going to work in Michigan's favor, Texas A&M is not hitting their shots early. Michigan has a chance. If Texas A&M comes out hot, on fire, hitting threes from all over the field, this game's going to get ugly quick.
That's what I'm saying. I think Michigan's got to do a lot of things right to win this game. A&M don't have to do as much right to win this game.
No.
As much as I want to say Michigan, and trust me, I want to say Michigan. I grew up like in the Michigan Wolverines and football and all that. Anthony Carter, that's how you know I ain't lying. I love Anthony Carter before Chris Carter and all of guys came out with the Carter name. But I'm gonna say A&M, man. I just think they just a better all-around team. But I will be rooting for Michigan. I don't want to confuse nobody. I'm going to root for it, but I'm saying A&M. So if A&M loses, I lost this prediction. Last but not least, your game.
I like Texas A&M too.
Yeah, your game of the day tomorrow. Number 2 St. John's versus number 10 Arkansas. St. John's 31-4. Arkansas 21-13. The line is -6.5. St. John's 142.5. Rick Pitino versus John Calipari. Talk to us, X.
This is the game, baby. This is the only game I want to watch tomorrow. I don't care about anything else. The world can blow up after this fucking game. I don't give a shit. Okay? Listen, I've been rocking with St. John's since the Lou Carnesecca, Chris Mullins, Willie Glass, Shelton Jones, Walter Berry. Yeah. I've been rocking with St. John's since Final Four team from '85 that lost to Georgetown that should have won that game, and then we would have beat Villanova in the national championship.
Way to go,
I love St. John's. Rick Pitino has transformed this program. He's revitalized it. I love St. John's.
It is so on right now at St. John's. I seen Walter Berry sit in the front row the other day.
Yeah.
Jackson.
Yeah.
Carnesecca. They got all
well, Carnesecca passed. Carnesecca passed away.
Well, had his image on the motherfucker.
But you know, you had his image there, brother. You know that.
Talking.
That's right.
That's why I said
right.
That they had him talking on the image.
That's right. That's right.
It is so, even though they used to be the Red Men and the Red Storm now, this game tomorrow is so much athletes, athletic individuals. Yeah. If there's any knock on both teams, they struggle to hit the outside shot.
Yeah.
So my pick in this game, I'm taking the under. My man Money Mike.
All right.
Money Mike, let me give the respect to Money Mike. Money Mike's the one that gave me the vision on this. He said, Al, too many jumpies, too many defense, not enough three-point shooters. This shit going under. You're going to see a lot of this shit. Misses rebound. They don't hit their foul shots too good, but it's going to be a very exciting game, X.
Listen, New York hasn't been this excited about St. John's basketball in years, in decades, brother.
The Knicks and the Johnnies, right?
That's it. That's it, brother. Listen, I'm not going to go against my team. I love St. John's. I think they're going to win, but St. John's is one of the worst three-point shooting teams in the country. Oh. They're in the bottom half of the nation in that.
But their defense is like top
listen,
three, top one type shit.
St. John's, I believe, is ranked tops in defense in college basketball. They're a physical team. They don't have the athletes that Arkansas has, but they're a physical team.
Athletic.
No, not like Arkansas. Not like Arkansas. Arkansas's got, exactly. It all depends on it all depends. And I love R.J. Lewis, the Big East Player of the Year, Big East Tournament MVP. That kid is dynamic, very good player. But St. John's cannot come out like they did yesterday against Omaha and start missing shots and get themselves in the hole. Arkansas is going to bury them if they put themselves in the hole early in the game.
6.5 is steep.
I think 6.5 is a good spread. You know, St. John's is more
steep, though. That should be 3, man. Especially the way Arkansas whipped on Kansas. That should be 3, dog. And St. John's struggled early against Omaha. Then blew them out, but I'm saying.
But you also see St. John's does most of his damage in the second half. They keep it close in halftime. Second half, they come out aggressive defensively. Right. St. John's depends a lot on the turnover. If they're getting turnovers and scoring off those turnovers, we're going to see a really good game. I like St. John's. I think they cover. I think it's a high-scoring game because I think Calipari's going to have this team ready. He's going to have them ready. He's 13-10 against Rick Pitino all time. So he wants this game. He wants this game. But I like St. John's.
St. John's is going to cover because that line to me should be 3.5. I don't give a fuck, bro. They got 6.5. I understand they got the better record. I understand they had the better year. But that doesn't matter right now. The way Arkansas look right now, that shit don't matter, dogs.
But remember the inconsistency Arkansas showed all year too. That's what they're going on too.
They must be thinking tomorrow's the day they laid out. And
if exactly.
St. John's will win by like 15 points. But if they show up like they did against Kansas, look out. We got to go.
Look out. It's going to be a good game.
You want to tap on before I go to my next topic?
Well, Florida won. They won big today.
Yeah, we knew that.
You know, they won big, but I was surprised Alabama struggled the whole day with Robert Morris. Robert Morris even took the lead with one with 7 minutes left in the game before Alabama pulled that out.
You could tell. I mean, it was a
I could tell, but
22
you know,
favorite. But I know what you're saying. They never led, I think, more than like what, 15, right? 14. Robert Morris
14, something like that. Robert Morris took the lead at 65-64 with 7 minutes left before Alabama pulled it out.
Yeah, but when that happened, if you looked at, I looked at the live spread, it still said minus 800 Alabama. So, I mean, because they were such a big favorite. But respect to Robert Morris. They fucking came. They showed up. They showed up. George, we just touched off St. John. You might need to rewind it. You're going to like it, George. We just touched off St. John, and we gave him props. So you want to rewind it, George. Yeah, that's a big St. John fan, George.
But, So I you know, I love this time of year because I make my predictions. So my Final Four, I got Auburn, Florida.
Oh, hold on. Let me get into that, baby. You just slided into my DM,
Okay. My bad.
Now
Let's go
to your Final Four predictions.
Final Four predictions.
Get one at a time. So since you already know my shit, Florida Gators, I said that like when the game wasn't even over yet. When they played their last game to win the conference game against Bama, I already gave that out. Then Stephen A. gave it out. Jay Billis and them all gave it out. So now I think they fucked my shit up. Too many people on them. I don't like it. No, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like it now. I'm not saying that they all follow me, no. But what I'm saying is when everybody's like that, I don't want to be involved in that. I want to be involved.
I hear you.
So I still like the Gators, but I think because everybody's on them, I think that kind of jinxes it for them to win it all. They will make the Final Four, though. That's a fact.
Yeah.
So that's my one. Who's your one?
I also take Florida in the Final Four. I think they're going to come out the West. St. John's half of the bracket in that West region is just a killer. After Arkansas, they've got a killer road to the Final Four. I think St. John's does make the regional finals, but I like Florida coming out of the West.
Okay, let's go.
I got Florida coming out of the West.
Let's not mix nobody up, X. My number 2 team, of course, this doesn't make me a rocket scientist or nothing. They still got to beat, I think, a team or two that's really good. You got to get Duke in there. My man Brian Breezy's team, Duke Blue Devils, definitely the Final Four. I don't know if they're going to win it, but I've definitely got them reaching the Final Four. Flag Simon and company are really good. The most fulfilled team, I think, in the tourney is Duke Blue Devils. Doesn't mean they're going to win, but I like their bench, their coach. I like their starters. They got one of the best players in flag, so they are deep. Just like I ain't mentioned all that with Florida because I already mentioned that, but Florida's deep too, and I love their guard play. I love Florida's guard play. Who your second team?
It's the East bracket. I'm not a big Duke guy. I do agree with you. Duke is the most talented team in that bracket from 1 through 5. I like, Cooper Flagg is going to be the National Player of the Year most likely. But I'm going to go with the upset here. I'm taking Alabama to come out the East. Okay. I like Bama. Bama's a versatile team. They're a physical team. Mark Sears, they go as Mark Sears takes them. And I think they're good enough to beat Duke. I think they got the talent. They got the coaching. And I think that they're very good offensively, defensively, one of the best. So I like Alabama coming out of the East.
Okay. My sleeper.
Okay.
If St. John's should get by tomorrow.
Okay.
I got the Redmond in there. A lot of people were upset with me, but I didn't mean like I gave out Florida and I gave out Michigan State as my sleeper, my dark horse.
Okay, but I need to ask you something though. You can't pick Florida and St. John's in the Final Four together. They're in the same region. They're in the West.
I didn't look it up. I'll eat this. One of them is going to get to the Final Four.
Okay.
So I cancel myself out. One of them is going to get it there. So
all right. I got you.
But you know what? I'm just going to say St. John. You know what? If I get 3 out of these 4 in or 2 out of the 4, I'm happy, dog.
I hear you.
Who you got?
Well, in the South region, I like Houston. I think they're the best team there. They're the most physical team. They're the most talented team. They're the most diverse team. So I like Houston coming out of the South.
Okay, that's my fourth team, Houston. So
okay,
that'll be my fourth team. Who's your fourth team?
My fourth team is going to be the #1 overall seed, and that's Auburn. I think Auburn's got the easiest road to the Final Four. They shouldn't have any problems until they get
3 out of 4 because I dumbed out and look at the bracket. So I clash 2 teams. But if I get 3 out of 4, I'm happy, X.
I got you, brother. I got you, brother.
Anything else you want to add on college basketball before we pivot? Because now we're gonna pivot.
No, I think it's gonna be an exciting road. It's like I said, it's the best time of the spring. You know, baseball's around the corner, so can't wait to see this champion. I can't wait to see who comes out champion here. College basketball is always exciting this time of the year.
Okay, you know what? We picked the Final Four. Who's gonna play each other for the championship? Because a couple people already putting up their predictions. Who we putting?
I like Florida to beat Auburn in one of the Final Four games. I like Houston to beat Alabama in the other.
Let's just go championship. Don't do that. That puts too much pressure on yourself.
Okay.
Who's gonna make it? Who's gonna make it on championship night to play each
I like
other?
Florida, Houston. I got Florida winning it all.
You got Florida, Houston?
Florida, Houston, Florida wins it all.
Kind of like that. It looks too easy to say Florida and Duke.
And I'll say this, because I think, to be honest, Florida should have been the #1 overall seed. To me, they were the best team in the SEC all year. They beat all the top teams, and they weren't even close a lot of those games. Florida's the most versatile, most athletic team there is, from the starting 5 to the bench to the coaching. I think they're the best team.
Clayton Jr.
Clayton Jr. He played for Rick Pitino at Iona.
That's my
guy
right there.
I thought Florida should have been the #1 overall seed. They did run and they did win the SEC championship. Auburn didn't play in the SEC championship game. But, you know, I can see the work that Auburn did all year. I guess they got rewarded with the #1 overall seed.
Got you. I wanted to say Florida, Houston, but I don't want to copy you. So I'm going to say Florida versus Duke. Florida wins it all. Though I feel they mushed my shit, everybody taking Florida. But I'm going to stick to my guns. I know Brian Bridges don't like that. Brian Bridges loves Duke, loves Cooper Flag, Simon. Brian Bridges wears the Duke shit all day.
Listen, Duke is stacked. You know, Duke is stacked. You know, Tyrese Proctor, you know, Cooper Flag's probably, Cooper Flag makes a difference on that team. But I still think without Cooper Flag, Duke can make a run. I mean, they've got enough talent,
They can make a run, but they ain't winning it.
They ain't winning it. Yeah, that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
So, but this is Cooper Flag's only season, so you know he's going pro after this. So.
Right. Okay. Now we're gonna pivot, guys. Put your answers in. We going to the NFL Hall of Fame or not?
Okay.
These are guys that are potential Hall of Famers who haven't had their number called yet. So I'm going to say Hall of Fame or not. You ready, X?
I'm ready.
Torrey Holt, 7-time Pro Bowl, 1-time champion, 173 games, 920 receptions, 13,000 and change yards, 14.5 per catch, 74 touchdowns. Does Torrey Holt get in or not under X? Or not under X. Does the league get him in eventually?
Does the league get him in? Okay. I think Torrey Holt should have been in already. I mean, to be honest with you, he should. His numbers speak for themselves. He was one of the top when he played, even with Isaac Bruce on the other side. He was still a top 5, top 10 receiver in the league.
He was their tier 2, though.
He was their tier 2. Yeah, he was their tier 2. But then when Isaac Bruce retired, he was their tier 1, and he still did it as a tier 1 better than he did as a tier 2. His numbers say it all. He was the long guy. When Kurt Warner needed a long pass, he was going to Torrey Holt. The guy, he couldn't be held once he got past. His numbers say it all. 1-time Super Bowl champion, 7-time Pro Bowler, almost 14,000 yards. You know, he got
9 fingers. He got one finger.
It
has no bone in it.
Exactly.
So this is with 9 fingers. So I got him in.
I got him in. I
got him in.
Yeah, I got him. I think he should have been in already, but You know, I don't know what they put mediocre players in the Hall of Fame, and guys that should be in already short shots, they have to wait their chance.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of them have to do with attitudes, though. I'm not saying Holt have one, but them writers don't like them attitude guys. They make them wait a long time.
Well, a lot of them writers are biased also. You know, they may not like the guy for no reason also. So, you know, it is what it is.
Facts. Okay.
But Torrey Holt is in. I think he should be in already.
Put your answers in. Our number 2 guy, Hall of Fame or not, Hines Ward, 4 Pro Bowls, 2-time champion, 217 games, 1,000 receptions, 12,000 yards, 12.1 average per reception, 85 touchdowns. Does Hines Ward, does the NFL get him in, X?
I think Hines Ward gets in.
Average is not that good. It's 12.1
average. Torrey Holt's
number. I like everything else.
And if you look at he played more games than Torrey Holt, and Torrey Holt's numbers are better average-wise.
Average and yardage, but not receptions and not touchdowns. Just yardage and average per catch.
Yeah. Hines Ward, he gets in eventually. That guy could block. You know, he was one of the hardest hitters when it came to blocking on running plays and stuff like that. But he was also he wasn't a home run hitter. He was more of a possession guy. He was more of a possession guy.
He'll go down the middle.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
He'll take a hit and
he'll take a hit. Yeah. He would.
The linebacker from Cincinnati.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
Yo, he popped the shit out of him on some
I remember that.
Shit.
I like Hines Ward. I always liked Hines Ward. Like I said, he's not your home run hitter, but he's a guy that
if I'm not sure, I think it was Burflick from the Bengals. He was seeing
Vontaze Burfict. Yeah, I think so too.
The field and all that. A wide receiver did that shit.
Yeah, I think Ward gets in. His numbers are not great, super great like Torrey Holt saw, but I think he gets in. Listen, he was more of a possession receiver, not a guy that you would throw down the field, but he can get you the tough yards every time you needed him to. He was Ben Roethlisberger's go-to guy when he needed tough yards or he needed that first down. He's going to Hines Ward, and he catches the ball. He wasn't scared to take a hit.
He never was their best receiver.
No, but he wasn't. But he wasn't scared. He wasn't scared to take a hit either.
That's what I'm saying.
So I think I got him in.
Okay. Last but not least, this only gets tougher, man.
I got you.
Wide receiver. All wide receivers today. This is a new
wide receivers. I got you.
I need y'all to keep mind to this, because you're gonna see everybody on my dick in about a week or two doing this. Mark my words. I'm doing wide receivers. I'm going to do pitching, home run hitters, forwards. Just know that I started this shit, but they're going to all start jumping on my dick once they see this video.
Give it till Monday. Monday, they'll be biting your shit. Watch.
Exactly. Wide receiver, Reggie Wayne, 6-time Pro Bowl, 1-time champion, 211 games, 1,070 receptions. 1,435 yards, 13.4 average, 82 touchdowns. Was they number one? But what happens is when you got a Marvin Harrison that played with him, it affected Wayne because Harrison's just so good. Your take on Reggie Wayne. Put your answers in.
I'm going to give the same argument. I'm going to give the same argument I gave for Torrey Holt for Reggie Wayne. I think Reggie Wayne should be in. I think he gets in. I mean, he did it at a high level, even as a tier 2, like Torrey Holt was for a while behind Isaac Bruce. He still got the job done. He had Marvin Harrison there, but what happened when Marvin Harrison retired? He became the man, and he put up huge numbers, and he stepped up.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Reggie Wayne is in. He was more of a home run hitter than Marvin Harrison was. He was the long guy. Marvin Harrison was more of the guy that goes down the middle, takes the possessions and stuff.
He goes over the middle
and he did.
15, 20 yard shit. But Wayne is more like the home run threat.
Yeah, he was their speed guy. I think he's in.
The Willie Goat type.
The Willie Goat. There you go. The Willie Goat guy. Yeah, I think he's in. His numbers speak for themselves. didn't drop a lot of passes, great hands, and he complimented Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning well, because when Peyton Manning needed to go somewhere and Marvin Harrison wasn't open, he knew Reggie Wayne was going to be open for him. So
and
yeah, I think Reggie Wayne is
in there with Andrew Luck for a few years?
I believe he came into Andrew Luck. I think he had Andrew Luck for Andrew Luck's first couple of years.
Yeah, he was definitely fucking with Luck for a while.
Yeah,
he was top receiver.
Yeah,
yep.
So
Dallas Clark was mainly with Peyton Manning, and
yeah,
a little bit both.
Yeah,
he
was.
Got so many real good possession guys in Indianapolis, man. I love all of them guys, man.
Yeah, but I think Reggie Wayne gets in.
So we 3-0. We didn't knock nobody
3-0. We didn't fight about nobody, man.
Shit.
That's not good, man.
I hope every time I do this, we're not gonna say everybody get in.
Yeah, if it was up to me, I know who I would let in already. I wouldn't even need a vote. You're in. That's it. I don't give a shit what anybody says. That's it.
Okay, guys, put your answers in. Very important. There's no wrong answers.
Yeah.
I make them tough for a reason. It's just like if I told you, if you like baked chicken or salmon, both of them are great.
Yeah.
Both of them are great. So there's no wrong answer.
Exactly.
Okay. Choose one and why. You ready?
Got you. Choose one and why. Got you.
Guys, you ready?
I got you.
We go on lefty quarterbacks.
Lefty quarterbacks. Okay.
Lefty quarterbacks. Mark Brunell, a.k.a. the War Machine.
Okay.
Or Norman Esiason, a.k.a. Boomer Esiason. Who and why? Think about it.
I got you.
On this one.
No. I know. Boomer or Mark Brunell?
The War Machine or Boomer Esiason?
Yeah. I'm gonna go here with Boomer. Listen, Mark Brunell was good at his time. Elusive running back, elusive quarterback, could run, get the job done. Star in Jacksonville. He carried that team to the AFC title game, I think in his second or third year of existence that team. So but I'm gonna go with Boomer here. Boomer, former league MVP, led Cincinnati to a Super Bowl against San Francisco, which they lost. I thought they should have won, but Boomer has some great years.
Picked up a backdoor chip with the Saints when they beat the Colts that year. He was their back.
Yeah. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. But I like Boomer. Boomer's a former league MVP. He was on top. He was considered at his time with Cincinnati one of the top 5, top 10 quarterbacks in the league. I don't think Brunell was ever considered one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the league. He was just a good player that they didn't ask him to lose a lot of games. That's all.
Right. I like Boomer. I think Boomer, you could count on him more.
Yeah.
Brunell was definitely more athletic. We all know that Brunell could take off. He could take off, not on some Steve Young shit, but really good. You feel me? But
I feel you.
At one time, like you said, that MVP, that dude was money one time, bro. I mean, money.
Yeah, he was.
So I'm agree with you with Boomer. Last time I think we went 1-2 and agreeing. We normally agree, but I think we went 1-2. But we want to know right now.
Well, we haven't disagreed yet today, so let's go. Something's wrong here.
Shooting guards.
Shooting guards. I got you. Okay.
Put your answers in. Clyde Drexler, a.k.a. Clyde the Glide, or Vince Carter, a.k.a. Vinsanity. Now, I know Carter played a little small forward and all that, but he also was a shooting guard. So just relate to the shooting guard aspect of this question. Because I got guys that go, he played small forward. If you look up his fucking shit, they'll say
he started as a shooting guard.
Small forward.
He could play both, You got Vinsanity and the Glide. This is a good one. I know when Vince came into the league, he took it by storm. Greatest dunker of all time and everything. It took him a while to develop his game, though, from being a dunker and everything. Even when he was with the Nets, he was still known as a dunker.
Yo, Drexler was fucking nice.
No, I'm not saying. No. I didn't pick anybody yet. I said I know when Vince Carter came into the league, he took it by storm because
I'm
of his
talking
stunts.
about Douglas. Douglas said that Carter was more balanced.
Okay. No, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true.
Clyde was dope.
That's not true. Clyde Drexler was a more developed player when he came into the league than Vince Carter was, more polished. I'm going to go here with the Glide because, like I said, he was more polished when he came in. He was the centerpiece of a Portland team that he took to the finals twice, losing twice to the Bulls, and then the Pistons first, then the Bulls. The Glide, he was a special player too. He
Love
could
the
shoot
Glide,
from the outside. He could shoot from the outside. Man, he was a great dunker. But he was a lot more developed than Vince Carter was when Vince Carter first came into the league. Vince Carter, all he did was dunk when he first came in. He didn't have a great jump shot.
Carolina, he had that little elbow shit.
He had a decent jump shot. He worked on it over the years.
But them dunking with those Pumas was crazy.
The Pumas,
he made Pumas look good, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, he did.
Pumas that Vince had, those shits was crazy on the ball court.
They were, but yeah, I'm taking the Glide. I think his game was a lot more developed when he first came in than Vince Carter was, and he did lead Portland, and he was the centerpiece of Portland's teams in the West that were competing for championships.
Yeah, I think Clyde got like more accolades, like maybe like more playoff appearances and shit like that, championship appearances, but I don't think he ever was the best player on any team. You can fight he was the best player in Portland, but they had Kersey, they had Porter, they had Sabonis. I mean, all of them was good.
He was at that time their franchise player, so they built that team around him.
Yeah, I'm going to say, okay, Portland probably by edge, but in Houston, it was definitely Olajuwon.
Well, he went to Houston. That was a different story. He had to take the
Olajuwon.
Definitely.
Vince Carter, for most of his career, even when McGrady was the best player on his team. Even
on Toronto,
Jason Kidd and them. Now, in his latter part of his career, when he just started shooting threes, it's because he was stretching his career out.
Yeah.
So he wasn't. But when it mattered most, Vince was always the best player. So that means a lot to me. So I'm going to have Vince by like a little bit, but Clyde, don't get it twisted. Clyde's dope.
I don't know if he was the best player on the Nets team because that Nets team had Jason Kidd.
Yeah,
and they built that team around Jason Kidd.
Now, I know that, but I love Kidd. But Kidd know that Vince was that dude, dog.
Okay.
In 70 was that dude. They had Reggie Jefferson. They had a bunch of dudes.
Yeah, no, they did. That Nets team was stacked.
But I'm going to go Vince was the best dude on that team. But, all right. But like I said, this one is like, if I could say a tie, I would say tie.
Yeah, with Vince and the Glide,
ties, right?
We don't do ties, no.
Okay, I have to pick one. Okay, last but not least, cornerbacks. You ready?
Quarterbacks. I got you.
Cornerbacks.
Oh, corners. Okay.
Got it?
Got it.
Darrelle Revis, a.k.a. Revis Island, who you're very familiar with.
Yeah.
Roland Bailey, a.k.a. Champ Bailey. Put your answers in. And don't be biased with the New Yorkers.
Yeah, Revis against Champ. I like this one. I'm gonna go and it is tough because Revis Island was great for the Jets for many years and stuff. Then he went, Tampa. Then won his championship with New England. Came back to the Jets to end his career.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go here with Champ Bailey. Champ Bailey, and I know it's gonna surprise you. I didn't pick the Jet, right? But I'm gonna go with Champ Bailey. I think Champ Bailey. You're
not as biased as MGM Raider. MG Raider is fucking biased. He still thinks Golden State gonna win the championship like that. There's something wrong with MG Raider when it comes to his play.
There's something wrong with him.
I give to you, you're realistic with it, X.
Yeah.
And
I like Champ Bailey here.
I don't know if you heard me in the beginning, but I said I appreciate that you always available, bro.
Yeah, no problem, man. Anytime, brother. If I'm not available, I'll let you know immediately. Yeah. Hey, I'm doing something. I'm with the fam, doing something. But I'm always here.
No, but what I like about it is whenever I'm jammed up, you come through. Now I could do this on my own, but I don't want to look like Stephen A. Smith. Every time, every word 4 hours, just my shit. No, I like.
Yeah, no, of course.
I don't want
Of
anybody
course, of
always
course.
hear me talk. I want people to hear you, my other guys. I think it's better that way than to
Yeah, it is.
overload with just Al York. So I appreciate that you made
It's a
it.
lot more
Because I would have
interesting.
to do this shit myself today, and you know I would have knocked it out. Because that's what I
Yeah,
do.
I got you. Yeah, Darrelle Revis, Champ. I'm gonna go with Champ Bailey. I think Champ Bailey was a bigger, more physical corner. He did it for a long time. First with Washington, then with Denver. He was a key piece to that Denver team that won a championship for them.
Facts.
And he was still playing at a high level towards the end of his career. Darrelle Revis, towards the end of his career, kind of slipped off, especially his last 2 years with the Jets. He wasn't as
Put your answers in.
he wasn't as great as he was earlier on in his career. So I like Champ Bailey because he did it much longer at a higher level, and he was still making Pro Bowls towards the end of his career.
I love that. I love that. That's the same thing I got. I like that he did it longer. Revis Island was like the best in the game for like 5 years.
5-6 years, yeah.
And he I'm not gonna say he died out, but he aired out real quick. You feel me?
Yeah, he did.
So,
he did.
Champ was more consistent for longer, kind of like LeBron James, but not to mention LeBron because he played 20 seasons. But you know how he's still. That's why I got LeBron on my Mount Rushmore. Not the GOAT, because he's done it for so long consistently. That is hard to do in sports.
I mean, listen, he's 40 years old, still averaging 27 points a game, 7 assists, 7 rebounds.
I love Vince, but Vince died out the last 5 years, averaging 8, 10 points and shit.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I know what you mean.
So, okay, X, great job. Any last words, X? We got about an hour locked in here. Great job. I'm glad you made it through. Any last
No problem,
words?
brother.
March Madness, baseball, whatever you want, you get to get it before we do the spinoff. X, you still with us? It looked like we lost X, guys. I don't know, unless it's me. X, you still there? Hold up, I can't hear you. Hold up, X. Hello? X, I think you might have muted it. Unless I muted it. I'm looking, I don't see it. Yeah, X, I can't hear you, X. All right, guys, important. Tell me if you can hear me or if you hear X. Very important because I need to know. X, try to unmute it. Yeah, X, you got no sound. Okay, it's all right. X, hang up. We finished the show. Don't worry about it. Great job. We finished the show. Top material, baby. Great job. Okay, X out. Great job, baby. All right, guys, we're going to do the spinoff. Great job, X. Yo, X, I told X all the info this morning. Y'all need to pay homage to my man X. MG Rated bailed out last minute. Noah Parker bailed out last minute. X came in, hold it down. Now we good, Brian. We going to move on. Now we going to go to the spinoff. We got Brian Ford and Chico tied for the lead. And we got Mo coming right up on them. We got the Philly kid right up on them. And I think one more cat got a couple of wins. It might, we got a D-Block got a couple of wins. I think Keith Baker got a couple of wins. But right now, B4 is leading right now everybody with Chico. Salute the Loca who just tapped in. Better late than never. That's my home girl. Let the best person win. Let's go, guys. Give me a minute. Great job, X. All right, here we go. Loca, where you been at? You better get your comments up. Round 7. Giveaway 1. Brian Ford, Chico, top of 4. Philly Kid, D-Block, everybody right behind them. Lot of round left. Anybody can win. Anybody. 1 through 20. Let's get it. 1 through 20. Great job, X. Great job, baby. Marinate these bad boys. Neil Smith in the building. He's going to be a future host with us, guys, especially when football come back. Have your eyes out for Neil Stewart. He's going to be out with us soon, very soon. Give away one, let the best person win. On my go. There we go. Give away one, round 7, winner is. We got a winner. We got a winner, baby. Give away one, round 7, winner is. Number 16. Number 16. That's the ghost, baby. The ghost came through, baby. Salute to the ghost, man. Y'all already know what it is, baby. Ghost is your winner. Salute to the ghost, baby. Here we go. Ghost winner of giveaway 1. 21 through 40. Let's get it. Here we go. Here we go. Gotta marinate them. On my go, guys. Giveaway 2, round 7 winner gonna be on my go. Here we go. Got a winner. Let me move it back. Pause is a white ball. Pause. I don't know what number it is, though. Giveaway 2, round 7 winner is 35. 35. We got my man Big Ben in the building, baby. Big Ben is your winner, number 35. Woo! And I got the exact shit I want to get him for them new sneakers he bought. Summary coming up. Al York Sports don't go nowhere. All right, guys. Wow, what a day. I had 2 horrible gambling days, but I'll change it any time for a great show. And what makes this show to me so great is that I had basically 3 people that just couldn't make it today. I wanted to give X a week off, and I couldn't give X a week off because Mark Gilleby, I said, had a doubleheader in this football with his kids. Noah Parker I had on deck. He couldn't make it. He had daylight golf, whatever that means. And I know for sure that Cal working doubles in his job. So I had to go back to X last minute. I was about to do it myself because when I tell a guy you got a week off, I like to give him a week off. But X came on and handled his fucking business like he always do. Salute to X, man. Make sure y'all give X his love. We covered March Madness. We went through some games that took place on a Thursday night. We tapped a little bit on Friday games, and we talked about 4 real potential good games for Saturday. And St. John Red Storm is one of them with the Arkansas Razorbacks. Calipari versus Pitino. You cannot ask for nothing better than that. We touched up. I touched up earlier. Major League Baseball's back. 2 games. Dodgers already 2-0. The Cubs are 0-2. You know what I'm saying? So we touched up on Hall of Fame or not. That's my new topic. Like I say, you're gonna have people try to eat off my plate. Just keep your eyes open, because y'all know I'm a content creator, man. Like right now, like it kills me how Noriega and them is just using my shit like no tomorrow, and I ain't getting no love for that with rappers. It's funny how they doing that. They even doing the rap groups now, like, you feel me? But it's all good. Y'all know who started this shit, so I can live with that. I'm not capping. I've been doing this shit fucking 8-9 years. Look at my 8-9 years ago. I've been doing it. So how am I capping? It's on video. And last but not least, like I said in the message of the day, like when y'all talking to people, like I said, people you don't really know who's conducting business with you guys, a contractor, and you start to feel like motherfuckers is running game on you. But not only do you feel it, your instincts kick in where it really kicks in hard. Follow that. Don't like not admire, like do not acknowledge, like don't go without acknowledging it. That's what I meant to say. Follow your instincts. They pop up for a reason. Those are your spider senses. Step back for a minute, call timeout, whatever you gotta do. Hold up, let me make a call. And you already know something ain't right. Don't fuck with it. Don't go 10 toes in on something, especially when they talking that funny shit, that slurve shit. Motherfuckers ain't talking 3rd grade to you, don't fuck with it, man. And I tell you, everything I give y'all is live experiences, man. I've been living on this planet over 50 years, man. I know I don't look it. I know I look like 24. I wish I did. But y'all been through it. God bless everybody out. York Sports, the new apparel's in. You see, I bring the classic hats. And I'm telling you, I bring it back out. I never did these hats. I did the shirts, but never the hats. The classic fucking logos back out, man. Let's pick them up. You can order them. You can win them. Whatever you got to do, I got them on deck. I got a lot of them on deck. And we're going to continue to get fly shit for y'all peoples. I need more people to enter the contest. Chico Lister shouldn't have to be buying 5 spots for other people to fill in the billboard. God damn. Listen, I heard it cheap, but you gotta take it to a whole other level. I mean, you know the material I'm giving y'all, you know the content I'm giving y'all, and you gonna tell me you can't invest $10 for gifts for $50 hats like this? Y'all gotta be the cheapest motherfuckers I ever met. I still love y'all, but y'all the cheapest motherfuckers. And I'm gonna leave it like that. Love you guys. Stay safe. No drinking and driving. Al York Sports. Enjoy that March Madness, but we got a whole lot of that shit left. God bless y'all.